Vote Swain for Change. Shaquita Swain, City Council Ward B in Childersburg joins us. And Shaquita, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Dale.
Good to have you with us today. And first of all, this your first time running for office?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, well, talk about what went into you deciding to run.
Well, to be honest, I currently work with a lot of the youth, and I work within the community a lot, and I see that there are certain things that we could change, honestly. A lot of things that we could do better. Not saying that the current administration isn't doing, good things,
Sure.
but of course it could be better,
Yeah. So, for people who don't know, who is Shaquita Swain?
Well, personally, I'm just a small town girl from Alpine, Alabama. Moved to Childersburg, in middle school somewhat. I graduated from CACC with 2 associate's degrees from Talladega College with a bachelor's, and I'm currently working on my accounting degree with UWA. I have 3 kids, a husband, siblings. I'm just regular Douglas Shaquita.
Yeah, sounds good. Now, not only are you running for political office, but you got your hands in a lot of activities going on in Childersburg. Talk about those.
Yes, sir. Okay, so currently we have a back to school bash where we're going to be giving away school supplies come tomorrow from 3 to 7 at Sadie Lee Homes. And then I work a lot with the youth as far as sports go. I work as a volunteer coach with the Childersburg Recreational Center. I also do a lot of smaller community events such as like Girl Scouts. I wouldn't say it's smaller. Girl Scouts is pretty big, but we do smaller activities within that. And then we have a community cleanup that we're trying to, bring it on to Childersburg here soon.
Okay, so you mentioned that you were a volunteer coach. I've been a volunteer coach, and sometimes it's fun, and sometimes it's a challenge.
Yeah, it can be very challenging, honestly, but I love kids, so you have to have the heart for it, honestly.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Shaquita Swain, who is a candidate for Ward B, and matter of fact, you're the only female in the entire race, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I am. Out of my ward, it is 3 males, and me currently being the woman, but out of the entire thing, I'm the only woman, so.
Wow. When did you notice that?
Honestly, after Miss Twyman, she was actually running for Ward C, but she, I guess, decided to drop out, which gave Mr. Wallace a unopposed race.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Before we get further into your city council change and looking for votes from Ward B, do you know how many people are registered to vote in Ward B?
Currently, not right now. I did just pull the list off of Secretary of State yesterday. So.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I'm looking at that now.
Okay. Well, so what are people telling you when you visit with them? Are you doing a lot of door knocking, or how's your campaign working?
Not necessarily. A lot of my marketing comes from Facebook. Comes from doing the activities that I'm currently doing now in the community. If they walk up to me and we have an issue, then we talk about it at that point. I've had a couple people come to me about the abandoned houses and the neglect. Another thing being the community being cleaned up or needing more things to do for the kids in the program. Programs for the kids.
Now that's close to your heart, more things to do for the kids, right?
It is. It is.
So what do you see as some ideas that you can bring to the table if elected in Ward B on August 26th?
Well, one thing would be more programs for the kids. Second thing would be something sort of like job fairs for the parents, because I don't want to just say I'm just for the kids, because I'm for everybody. I want to bring in job fairs, health fairs, more activities. I heard Mr. Earl say on your show one time that he wanted to bring in food trucks. I love that idea. More activities for just the community as a whole.
Now, you live in Childersburg now.
Yes, sir.
And have 3 children.
Yes, sir.
So talk about your children a little bit.
Well, my oldest is Armani. She's 8. I have my only son, who's my second child, Princeton. He is 5, and I have Autumn, who is a lot to deal with, but she is 3. And they are just full of life. They go to Childersburg Elementary. Autumn goes to the Head Start program, which they had a lot going on with the Head Start program.
Yeah.
You know, hear about the new things that's trying to come about, but thank God they kept it. And they just full of life, honestly.
Well, that keeps you young, see?
Hey, I hope it keeps me young.
Shaquita Swain, City Council Ward B in the August 26th city election in Childersburg. And what do you think that or what would you like to accomplish if elected to Ward B?
I think one of the main things I would like to accomplish would be to, honestly, to get the budget in order. A lot of things or to help vote on that, I'll say that. A lot of things are geared more towards building Childersburg, you know, as far as putting more homes, but I think a lot of that budget should go towards the older properties, the abandoned properties. Some of the things that one of my residents mentioned was that the flooding is an issue. It's a major issue. So hopefully we can get
Where at in Childersburg is that in Ward B?
More so on the Lakeside Drive side. Actually across from that to that area, I can't put a name on the
Okay.
area, but over on that side there's a little flooding over there. And then as I said before, I'm here to help the whole community in Childersburg.
Yeah.
So Ward C has a lot of that. You know, I'm currently the property manager for Childersburg Housing Authority, and Ward C is actually majority of, of course I'm over all of the,
Right.
Childersburg Housing Authority, but there is certain parts of that needs to be addressed soon, hopefully.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the election's coming up on August 26th, and this is your first time to run for office, of course. And, when did you begin to think about this position and maybe something you'd like to take on?
I would say about a year ago, honestly. I reached out to the city clerk to inquire about it. She informed me of the dates that they would do it. And I noticed, because one day I was in Kiwanis Club and I realized, they have a lot of things to do within that community as far as the park goes, but I didn't want to just put myself in a box just for certain areas,
Yeah.
I wanted to help out everywhere that I could,
Yeah.
if God's will,
Yeah.
of course.
Well, the election's coming up in just a few weeks. We just turned the calendar to August, and August 26th is the election day, and I know you want to remind people to get out and vote for sure.
Yes, sir, I do. Every vote counts, especially when it's voting for myself. So please get out, please vote. Yeah, that's all I can really say. I can't really sit up here and say anything other than please vote.
Yeah.
Please
now,
vote.
you're involved in church work too, aren't you?
I am. I am a Sunday school teacher at Destiny Missions in Alpine, underneath Prophet Darrell Keith. Whoop, whoop. We don't do, a lot right now, but hopefully we do a lot more in the future.
Okay. Shaquita Swain is our guest this morning, and when we talk about events going on in Childersburg and this annual Back to School Bash, we see a lot of these now. In Childersburg, what's going to be going on that day?
Oh, a lot. We have the fire department coming out for water slides, or what we call our splash pad. We have book bag drives. We're going to have inspirational speakers speaking to the kids. We're going to have water slides, food.
That'll draw on food.
It will. And then a lot of different other festivities, stack races, cakewalk, things like that.
Yeah. And when is that again now?
That's tomorrow at State of Lee baseball field at 3 o'clock, from 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock.
Okay. And you'll be there, right?
I will. I will
Okay.
be there.
All right. And also, we've got the community cleanup. And, you know, Childersburg, like other towns and cities, they face challenges. I see it, and people just, they don't even think about it. They'll just throw stuff out the window of their vehicle and just go right on. The same thing in Childersburg, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's honestly everywhere that you go. But it's things like this community cleanup that I feel like could help that. Maybe if they see that we care about our community, they won't do it, you know, so.
What does it mean to you, Shaquita, to be the lone female, not only in this race, but the entire city elections of Childersburg?
Honestly, it means a lot. It makes me feel like I'm doing something that maybe somebody else isn't willing to do, and hopefully it'll allow more women to step up. But it's also nerve-wracking, you know, to be around a lot of men and to know that it's a lot of masculinity, you know, within the race. So, you know.
You'll be ready, I'm sure.
I'll be ready.
Ward B City Council race, Shaquita Swain, who is our guest this morning, the lone female in the race, and vote Swain for change. How did that thing come about?
Honestly, I was just sitting in my living room, and I thought about a lot of different things that I could rhyme with. I'm a rhymey type person. I like to have fun, so, and I thought about that. I just thought about it. I was, you know, kind of trying to get some names together, and I said, hey, Swain for change. I want change to happen, so Swain is the person you should vote for to get change.
There you go. Do you go to the city council meetings?
I've been to a couple, not all though.
Okay. What do you see as the city council is now that hopefully you can improve on?
They do such a good job. I'm not gonna, you know, just sit here and say, oh, well, there's a lot of things within the administration that needs to be changed, but there are some things that definitely need to be changed. Like the way that they vote. I think that specifically when I say the way that they vote, if you don't agree with something, I wouldn't vote for it. That's just me. I'm not going to vote for it just because somebody else votes for it. If I'm going,
so you're not into the good old boy.
I am not.
Yeah.
I'm only for Jesus Christ and Jesus Christ only, and myself, of course. So, me personally, I am a type of person where I am not going to just vote just because you asked me to vote. I have to see, you know, everything that's on the table. What's the pros? What's the cons of it? You know, and then I make my decision according to.
In Sylacauga, there's a lot of issues with stray animals. Is that the same thing in Childersburg?
Not necessarily. They have abatements for that. So I don't think that's one big issue. There are a couple of things, you know, like cats that may go astray, but that's the only issue that I hear.
So the abandoned houses and buildings and stuff like that, you consider that an issue that needs to be tackled more?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I do.
Talk about where some of those places are, general areas.
Mainly Lakeside Drive. A lot of people within that community feel like that, you know, they're the community that's neglected or not necessarily being looked at often, and that saddens me because they're not. You know, they're just as important as Forest Hill or Bates Addition or anywhere else in Childersburg. It's just unfortunate that they have more abandoned houses than anybody else. And it's not that it's a bad community, it's just that once the people in Lakeside Drive decide to, you know, speak up, as a lot of them have done, you know, with me, then it puts me in a place to want to do more for them, you know.
Are there some areas that Childersburg can improve on as far as bringing more activities for the younger generation? We hear about this a lot, and do you think there's an area of improvement there?
Oh, I do. I really do. I feel like that we should do a lot more. The rec, don't get me wrong, is very, very great. They do very well with, you know, the kids and the programs they have. Do I feel like a lot of the things could change within that? I do. You know, a lot of the, as you said earlier, a lot of the things fall on the coaches, you know. And Mr. Brad with the recreational center does a phenomenal job with trying to help the coaches and trying to instruct us and guide us, especially with the ones who, like myself, wasn't as experienced as others. So I just feel like with the industrial park, like Mr. Earl said, I feel like we could put a lot out there. I do. Even if it's something that is just once a year, I feel like we could do something. They had one time before 100 houses at the grist mill when I was younger. That right there to me was just, I love that, being a kid. And I wish that they could bring that back. They also have currently now like a reading program with the library, but I feel like they can expand on that a little bit more. There are things like our sports is pretty well put together. I do, think that our seasons could be a little bit longer maybe. But it's a lot of things that take place, and I'm taking notes as I go.
I know that you're very well educated and continue to learn in your education process, and certainly that's important for our younger generation coming up.
Yes, it is.
And you mentioned the reading program, and when I was growing up, it was reading, writing, arithmetic, but it's so changed now.
Yes. I think a lot of what has to do with the youth today in school is more about electronics rather than reading books, and I feel like that may be a reason why we're failing in some of the categories that we are. But it's also, I can't put it on just the school system. I have to also put it on the parents. The parents have to be willing, I'm one of those parents, I'm going to get out there. I'm going to do with my kids. I'm going to make sure that I'm involved in everything that they do. And with the reading program, I feel like that's one benefit that could help a lot of kids. I actually buy books from the library. I'll go check out every now and again, but I actually buy the books, and they will allow you to buy them. So there's no excuse.
Yeah. The education system in Talladega County, we've won all kind of awards and stuff like that, and it's always good to improve. And you've got Childersburg High School, you've got the middle school, and several other organizations of education there. And if you are elected on August 26th as a council person in Ward B, what do you pledge to the schools and the school systems that you'll help them with?
I can honestly help them with a lot, starting after school programs. That's another thing that I think Mr. Wallace could help us out with, that he's been trying to also help us out with, not just the after school programs, but tutoring, more tutoring. You don't get many tutoring sessions like we did when we were younger. And then helping them with me personally, because I can only do so much, helping them with trying to give them more supplies. Like with our back to school bash, we're planning to purchase calculators for the middle school and high school and give them to the school. Anything that they honestly need, I think that they should just, come up front and ask, and whatever we can do as a whole, Childersburg as a whole, I think that's what we should do. Kiwanis do a lot as far as giving scholarships and stuff like that too. I will like to say that they do a lot, but
so obviously in the conversation we're having this morning, you're not here to bash anybody. You're here to say, hey, I want to help improve our city.
Exactly. Yes, sir. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here nothing less, nothing more. Is to help my community, help grow it, help build it, help inspire it, because we have potential. We really do.
For people who may be watching this morning and don't know you, or maybe there's people watching or they're cheering for you this morning, I want you to take 2 or 3 minutes and talk to the prospective voters in Ward B and talk to them about why they should vote for you on August 26th and what you bring to the table.
Okay. I would like to say first is that I'm an open book. What you see is what you get. Hopefully you all can see a person who's willing, a person who has already been in the community and will continue to be in the community no matter how this election goes. I'm for what's right. I'm for the people. I'm for the youth, and most of all, I'm for God. I'm doing God's work. So I hope that you all can help me within this process and throughout this election to get to where I need to be so that I can help Childersburg get to where they need to be. And
So, why is your relationship with God so paramount to you?
one, because I want to make it to heaven.
That's a good start.
Right, exactly. Second thing is that I feel like that if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And me, I'm a good person at heart. I feel like God represents good and all things good. You know, I know He represents good and all things good, and I want to just be good. You know, if I can be nothing else, I just want to be good, a good person. I want to be good to the community, and I want to be able to show somebody else that they could be good too.
But you don't want to be what they say is goody two shoes. Look at me and see who I am. That's not you, though, is it?
It's not, but how they feel is how they feel. You know, if they feel that, it's because they don't know me as a person. You have to really know me to know that I'm just a good person at heart, you know.
The election is August the 26th. Where is the voting areas in Childersburg?
From what I had spoke with the city clerk about is that they normally did it at one of my centers, which was Fair Road Court, and they did it at the rec, but now they're trying to conjoin them and just have them all at one area, which is going to be the rec, I'm assuming. So, yeah, just there.
Well, for those of you who are watching this morning and live in the Childersburg area, we're talking with Shaquita Swain. She is City Council representative, or running for City Council Ward B. And we talked before we came on about, well, you got Talladega and Sylacauga with City Council seats and districts, and this is wards, and there's really no difference, though, just the name, right?
Yeah, correct. That's right. That's exactly right.
Well, we appreciate you coming this morning, and we wish you the best of luck. And let's go back and talk about the other events that you're a part of and what's going to be coming up in the coming days, including tomorrow.
Okay. Well, tomorrow we, like I said before, have the Back to School Bash, where we will be giving away school supplies at Stately Home Center. And then hopefully within, you know, the next couple of months, if not the next month, we have a community cleanup where we get all of the communities, not just Ward B, to be able to be a part of something big. You know, clean up your community, show that you want to be a part of something bigger than yourself. So. And
the cleanup day is, that's a project that is ongoing, and I don't know if we're set to name a day for that cleanup or not, are we?
We're hoping to have it on August the 9th, but right now we're trying to help or get GFL to help us. But you have to kind of get on their list where they schedule it out. So I'm just hoping that even if we don't get GFL, we still, you know, can do that community cleanup on August 9th.
So what do you say to people, Shaquita, that just, they don't think their vote will make a difference, so in their mindset, they're just not going to vote?
Honestly, I would say vote. Register to vote. If you don't know how to register, please contact me. I'm on Facebook. I'm on TikTok. You can have my email. Just if you feel that you don't want to vote or that your vote doesn't matter, it does. You know, because I was one of those ones prior to that thought my vote didn't count, not realizing that it does. Because if it didn't, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah. Well, Ward B candidate for Childersburg Council in Childersburg in the August 26th city elections. And as we go this morning, hey, final moment to say
what I wanted to say. All right, well, vote Shaquita, vote Swain for Change. If you want a meet and greet, I will be at the Back to School Bash tomorrow. Just please, y'all, get out and vote. We need every vote, you know, even if it's just one.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
More coming up after this.